right, let's move on to our other game. We got the Bengals playing against the Cardinals on Sunday. You got Arizona at home, up to 2.5 now, point favorite, total of 43. And here's a game where you got Bruce Arians of the Cardinals. Boy, this guy has done just a terrific job coaching Arizona. 2-0 against the spread this preseason. That makes him 5-1 against the spread as an NFL coach from last year. The Bengals, kind of a long road trip. Their only other road trip was to Kansas City. They gave up 41 points in a 41-39 loss. The thing I like about Arizona is the coaching staff. He brought in defensive coordinator Todd Bowles last year along with himself, and Bowles didn't play for the Steelers or coach for them, but Arians did. He was offensive coordinator there, and basically what the two did last year was try to copy what the Pittsburgh Steelers do on defense. And boy, did they do a marvelous job. Arizona last year came out of nowhere defensively, 14th against the pass, number 1 against the run in the NFL, allowing 84.4 yards per game. Just to put that into perspective, 2 years ago when these coaches weren't there, they were 28th against the run, giving up 137 yards per game. So phenomenal job. The guys really benefited with Darnell Dockett and Calais Campbell up front. Campbell is still here with 9 sacks. Dockett, they got some really bad news just this week with Dockett. He hurt himself in practice, and he's out for the year, and his 4.5 sacks. So that's a tough blow for the defense. But still, Campbell had 9 sacks, and the secondary is very good. So this is a very good all-around Arizona team, and particularly on the defense. It's going to be a good challenge to play the Cincinnati offense that kind of likes balance, but I certainly have my question marks about the Bengals. First of all, injuries have been a key part of this camp, and it starts with the backup quarterback, and Jason Campbell didn't play last week with a bruised right elbow. They say he's iffy, and if you don't have him, boy, you got to go with Matt Scott and Tyler Wilson after Andy Dalton. And then the starters have had kind of a mixed bag for them. They are 0-2 against the spread. Gave up all the points against Kansas City. And then last week, 25-17 home loss to the Jets. They were up 17-3, and Dalton was 8 for 8. But overall, they gave up 3 turnovers on offense. And look at the Bengals' rush defense in these 2 games. 2 preseason games, they got 140 yards in the opener and then 169 yards to the Jets, 5 yards per carry. So I'm very hesitant, Sean, to back a team like Cincinnati playing out on the road. How do you take a look at this game in the desert?
Yeah, the last line I saw as we started to do this show, Arizona hosting Cincinnati at home, Arizona, about a 2-point favorite. I did see some 2.5s out there, but I don't think you'll see it go any higher. Total about 43, sound right? And you're right, Cincinnati 0-2, and Andy Dalton, at quarterback, did look good last week, 17-25 loss to the Jets. They were up 17-3, and you're right, no Jason Campbell, and you're probably not going to see him at all. So Dalton will probably play the first half and then name the other 2 guys that'll be there. Coach Marvin Lewis, I don't know how he still stays there. It's probably because they've been in the playoffs the last 3 times, but this is his 12th season here at Cincinnati. They've made the playoffs the last 3 years. It's no secret. They're 0-3 so far, and last year's loss when they were home favorite of 6. The previous 2 losses had been on the road. Maybe experience or something like that, but at home to lose straight up as a home favorite of 6, no excuse for that. And Cincinnati, you ready for this? I think they have the record. They have not won a playoff game in 23 years. And I believe, if memory serves me right, and I'm an old man, that was that Bo Jackson game where he hurt his hip or something against the Oakland Raiders around 1991. And I believe Cincinnati did win that. You remember who the Cincinnati quarterback was then? Come on.
Well, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Not Majkowski.
No, lefty. Famous.
Boomer.
Yeah, Boom. Yeah, so it's been a long time since Cincinnati's even won a playoff game, even though recently, as if they got there. They are the favorite, however, to win the AFC North. Let's take a look at Arizona. Which team is going to show up, John? 32-0?
Not going to be the Bengals.
Well, 32-0 against Houston and then lose 28-30 at Minnesota. Big improvement to 10-6 last year. You're right. Aaron, now the trick is, can he do it again? The year before Aaron's got there, they were 5-11. And in 2012, and Aaron's shows that he can do it. But boy, with that division, my God, I mean, it's brutal. It's just beautiful. And how about this? No playoff appearance since 2009. So he's got a heavy load here. That division really is tough to do. The fact is, in this particular game, I'd be looking to lay in the points with Arizona. And I don't think they're going to see Dalton not too long because where's the backup? You don't want to lose Dalton. And at least historically, he hasn't had any injury problems. So I get a sense you're not going to see Dalton for long, even though this dress rehearsal thing, which I think is a bunch of malarkey, it was started by somebody a long time ago. Maybe for years ago, there were some coaches who would look longer to see how their in case they had an injury, see how their offense and defense is playing. In case they had an injury, you got an extra week at least for the healing process. If I had to bet the game, I'd lay the 2 points with Arizona. I don't see it as a high-scoring game, however, and it's my best on that one.
Okay, I will go with the best bet for the week. I'm going to take these Arizona Cardinals we just talked about. Sean, do you have a best bet that we talked about or something else on the card that you want to give out as a best bet that you're hiding under your mink coat?
Well, actually, I don't have to hide this one, and it's glaring, and you probably think I'm nuts. But is there any team in preseason that's looked worse than the San Francisco 49ers?
No.
3 points in 2 games and given up, about 60?
And they were trying last week.
And we're talking, wasn't there a home opener in this new stadium? And I mean, all fired up, all the fans are out there, plus they raised the ticket prices. I wouldn't pay it and all that. It is the 49ers. They're at home. You would think Harbaugh would want to get after it. But again, you have to look at the environment. This is still preseason. Chargers have looked pretty decent. They looked great against Dallas, not so great last week when they got blown out. I think San Diego plus the points is the way to go. That'd be my best bet.
Okay, Jim Fice on that 11-3 NFL preseason run, 4-0 Saturday. Got a high roller.
See, I learned this from Jim.
In the gymnasium.
In the gymnasium, yeah.
If you want to get all of Jim's plays, baseball and football, make sure you go to jimfice.com. You can just click on that link in the lower left. That'll take you there. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We got college and pro football previews available on YouTube at Sports Betting. And if you want to sign up for that, it's free. You just click on the link above us on Sports Betting. You'll get all of Jim's videos and free plays every day. You get notices about it, and it's free. We will see you next week with another edition of Pro Life.